What's going on there, everyone? How's everyone doing today? For this video, we're going to be talking about Nancy Pelosi and how she is becoming more and more unhinged as just the weeks go by. Last week, at the beginning of last week, Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, and President Trump had a meeting. Apparently the meeting went very well. Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer came out and were all smiles. They actually happened to have a good, productive conversation with the president where it was a closed meeting, and obviously that worked a little bit better than having it in front of all the cameras. Everyone was a little bit less tense, and they actually had a productive conversation about infrastructure. They came up with a number, and they were going to meet in, 3 weeks? Well, it would be 2 weeks now, to discuss it further and try to get something finalized. Everything seemed to be going real good. For once in this presidency, it looked like the Dems were going to stop obstructing the presidency, and we're going to work with them and get something done to benefit the people of America. Well, that lasted for a couple days, that little happiness. And then Nancy Pelosi went straight on to her dumb shit. I mean, straight up, she just can't help herself, but, you know, that little tick kicks in and she starts twitching a little bit. Her mouth gets to rocking, you know what I'm talking about. You know, she can't keep her teeth right. It's like she's got itchy teeth. But, yeah, so she now is back at, let's just attack whatever we can. So now they're threatening to hold, they're voting, it's becoming less of a threat, and they're actually moving towards enacting this, holding Attorney General Bill Barr in contempt, because they all are saying that he lied to Congress, which I don't think he lied to Congress. I don't think he lied. I think they are just so mad that there is an Attorney General that's not afraid to stand up to their bullying. Because if you watch the way things have gone down since the Democrats have become the minority or the majority leaders, wow, like, are they actually trying to find out any information, or are they just trying to make people that are on the Republican side or whatever just feel bad, make them look bad? That's all they do, is they get them up there and they try to do a smear campaign right there. It's ridiculous, man. It is ridiculous. I've never seen nothing like it. In all my years of watching C-SPAN and watching House committees do this, or watching Senate committees talk about this, I've never seen it go from zero to batshit crazy in such a short amount of time. The election of Donald Trump shouldn't have done this. That's just, it's one guy. It's one president, you know? It's just one president. Our presidents don't stay around for too long. That's one of the reasons why countries look at us weird, is because our presidents are only actually around for 4 years, unless we vote them back in for another 4. But a lot of countries think that that's weird that we only allow them 4 years. They think that's kind of strange that the leader gets rotated so much, and they may have a point to that, but look what happens. Look what happens here. It's just crazy. They got a president they don't like. Why they don't like him, I'm still not fully sure. They can say, oh, he's brash. He talks so negatively about people, blah blah blah. Yeah, so what? So do you. Do you not watch your news, your media, you know, the left-wing media, and how they speak? These are supposed to be journalists that are nothing but opinionists, that are very biased. It's ridiculous. I'm going off into a tangent. Let's get back to the Bill Barr. That's really what I'm trying to discuss here, is Bill Barr and just the ridiculousness that is the left. The Democrats, they've gone and let the far left sentiments done trickle down into all of the left. The Democrats are becoming far left. Now the actual centrist Democrats, in order to feel they need to, it seems they feel they need to become far left just to survive in their party. Because they are the party that eats their own. They're a very cannibalistic party. I've said it before and I'll say it again. But yeah, when it comes to Bill Barr and all that, and everyone's saying, or all the left saying, oh, we need to get him out. It's ridiculous. This is ridiculous. The man did everything he said he was going to do. They're still talking about the Mueller report. The Mueller report, it's old now. That's old news. It was released almost unredacted. Anybody can read it. Go through it. And there you go. You'll see that there was no crimes committed. I don't know where to go with that. I don't know where else to go with that. It's released to the public. Read it. It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Alright. Back. If the House holds on Barr in contempt, it will be only the second time in history it has done so to a sitting Attorney General. In 2012, the GOP-controlled House held Attorney General Eric Holder in contempt for refusing to turn over documents linked to a botched Fast and Furious gun-running sting. If you don't know about that, whoa. That's something you might want to look up, or let me know in the comments if you'd like me to make a video running down the whole Fast and Furious scheme. Because those are the type of things we should know that our government's doing behind our back. But, okay. A House resolution cited then Attorney General Janet Reno for contempt in 1998 for not turning over internal memos related to campaign finance controversy in the middle of Bill Clinton's impeachment. But the full chamber never voted on the resolution. In Holder's case, 17 Democrats joined every House Republican in backing the contempt measure, while Pelosi walked off the chamber floor in protest. That checks out. Even though the citation served as a harsh public rebuke of Holder, it had very little impact on his Attorney General role. Theoretically, a contempt conviction could carry a fine of up to $10,000 and a punishment of a year in prison. In reality, however, it is unlikely to ever be taken up in court. Once a contempt citation wins House or Senate approval, it is handed over to a U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia. U.S. attorneys serve at the pleasure of the Attorney General, in this case Barr, and it is up to Barr to decide whether to prosecute himself. But the precedent involved in this reason, or the precedent, not president, the precedent involved in this reasons Barr cited for refusing to testify is far more complicated. Last weekend he agreed to appear before the panel for a Thursday grilling, until Nadler said he wanted staff members, in addition to the lawmakers, to question him. Nadler's office cited numerous examples in which committee staff were allowed to question administration officials and other witnesses. But on the far narrower question of the House Judiciary Committee staffers questioning a sitting Attorney General, there is no precedent. And this is according to CNN fact check. This is according to CNN. They are far left media pundits. Yeah, everything the Democrats doing is a smoke and mirror show. It's it's all an illusion to make them seem some type of way. To me, it makes them seem out of control, very authoritarian. It's disgusting to see that this is how our government's functioning, if that's how you want to say it's functioning. I don't think it's functioning. You got one side that is completely just trying to derail everything. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. This is what we deal with. Alright, even if the president doesn't apply, Nadler nonetheless maintained he is on firm legal ground in the allowing the staff questioning. Congress does not need to justify to the AG, the Justice Department, or any other part of the executive branch the manner in which it chooses to conduct its own proceedings, he said. In any attempt by the executive to dictate this is an obstruction of Congress. Now, see, that's scary. You see what Nadler's saying right there. He is saying that Congress is above everything. That's what he just stated right there. They're above everything. No one can tell Congress anything, and Congress can tell everybody everything. It says right here, Congress doesn't, this is a quote from Nadler, Congress does not need to justify to the AG, the Justice Department, or any other part of the executive branch the manner in which it chooses to conduct its own proceedings. Any attempt by the executive to dictate this is an obstruction of Congress. If that's how our system's set up, well, that needs to be changed. Because the members of Congress shouldn't be all-powerful. And that's exactly how Nadler feels they are. He feels that they have governmental godlike status. That's a scary mindset for someone in Congress to have. Especially like a majority leader or something. That's crazy. That is absolutely insane. Everyone should be worried about that remark. On Thursday morning, he ratcheted up his rhetoric, accusing Barr of lying or trying to blackmail the panel by refusing to submit to staff inquiries. I don't think he knows what blackmail means. I don't think he knows what blackmail means. Obviously not. Collins pushed back, arguing that the Democrats didn't really want Barr to testify and were intentionally trying to get him to refuse by adding the poison pill of staff questioning. He said there are several Democrats on the panel who are lawyers and who have repeatedly demonstrated their ability to sharply question witnesses. This was our chance to talk about the Mueller report instead of putting poison pills in there, Collins said. Excuse me. What we have here is simply another opportunity to sidetrack and to have a serial sideshow of stepping on our own hearing and opportunity to have Barr testify, he concluded. And that's exactly what it is. They didn't even need to talk to Barr. They didn't need it. He released the whole damn report. It was there for all of us to see. It makes sense why everything happened the way it did. Bam! It should have been over. They should have just took an L and went with it. And just said, okay, let's move on. But they can't. They can't do it. They are so just out of their damn minds that they can't move on. And they really need to. Because I'm sick of talking about this stuff. This is all we've been talking about for years, and they just won't let it go. Point blank. There was no obstruction. Because there was no collusion. Without the crime of collusion, there couldn't have been anything to obstruct because there was no crime in the first place. It was all on false pretenses. That's how it works. It's over. Forget about it. It's over. The Mueller report is over. The president did nothing wrong. Barr did nothing wrong. It was all the Clintons who was doing the collusion. And, oh, need I say, Joe Biden and his Ukrainian collusion. We'll have another video about that shortly, I'm sure. But as always, like, share, and subscribe. And I will catch y'all on the flip side.